Hello, Amol sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Grateful to have you with us for this session. So, for all those people who are watching this video on YouTube and will be watching all over the social sites, for them, Mr. Amol Inamdar holds more than 20 years of experience in corporate industry now. Also, while going through his profile, we have understood that he is also the founder of one of the leading HR consultancies in Pune. Coming towards his expertise, so he has skilled himself in talent management, personal management, performance management, performance appraisals, and etc. relating to the HR field. Also, he has proved and skilled himself on leading positions in different MNCs he has been working with, wherein he has been awarded with all the top-notch awards in the industry with his individual performance and skill sets and talent. So going forward, we will be going through his profile in detail. Also, he will be guiding us through with this session. So before we start, Amol sir, just I would like to thank you for being a part of this industry and making it grow from your end with your skill sets and talent. So before we start, I just wanted to hear from you how you entered this field. What are your thoughts on corporate industry?
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and thanks, Kaustubh and Corporate Ace team for giving me this wonderful opportunity to express my thoughts, share my views. So definitely, yes, it has been a great journey so far, and it was definitely a nice experience in terms of working or rather starting as a fresher in the HR field, which was
Right.
quite difficult 20 years back because we hardly used to get any opportunities as a fresher in the HR field. The
Right.
kind of opportunities that you see today for freshers in HR, we hardly used to get those kind of opportunities, but
Right.
somehow people at our age, we were able to match it, and
Right.
we got into the HR journey, and so
Right.
far it has been a great journey, definitely.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for this. So before we begin, sir, with the questionnaire and discuss on some of the topics, so what do you think of our initiative, means corporate initiative? We are talking with the leaders now, taking their point of view on the corporate industry and moving forward. So it will be a better view for the coming generation to look into it. So what is your overall thought with our initiative?
Yeah, it is definitely a great initiative, Kaustubh. I must appreciate the entire team and the thought process behind this initiative, because especially this is going to help people who are starting their career
Right.
in any field. It could be HR, management, finance,
Okay.
or any other IT also, or could be anything. Definitely, it is going to be helpful for them to understand views from people who are in the industry from 10, 15, 20, or maybe
Right.
more than that
Right.
years, who have spent in the respective industries. And
Right.
definitely it is going to be good for freshers, especially because as a fresher, many times we have seen that people don't get the break
Right.
because people expect somebody with experience, and it is very difficult to start the journey. So for freshers, it is definitely going to be a great initiative because they will be able to learn a lot of things,
Right.
how see their seniors have started their journey,
Right.
their career in the specific field, and it will definitely help them to find a way to start the career. So
Right.
it's a great initiative. I must appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. We will move forward in this way and surely reach heights
Yeah,
on the coming things.
great.
So let's move to the discussion. So we know there are positions in the market, there are openings in the market. People are applying to the positions. If we could see for
Yeah,
hardly one position, two positions, if got raised by the company, there are immensely 1,000 resumes coming for each position. So for a fresher's point of view, if you understand, for experienced professional, we know that they know the industry type because they are experienced and all. But for a fresher thing, if he has to understand, means for one position, if those many resumes are coming their way, so how it gets sorted or screened by the HR team from their end?
Okay. Okay, so especially if you're asking about, let's talk about freshers first. So if
Right.
you're talking about freshers first, then obviously they need to understand the requirement that that has been posted wherever they are seeing the advertisement. It could
Right.
be social media, it could be job portals, it could be anywhere
Right.
in the world. But if they are seeing any specific opportunity for a fresher, and if the mail ID has been given, then basically what they need to do is while sending the resume, it is not just just sending the resume. It is basically about writing an email also. If you can just
Right.
what I have typically seen is in especially in freshers, they just attach the CV and they just send it. Say they
Right.
don't put subject line also in multiple occasions. They don't write the summary. So it is better if they can write a subject line. It could
Right.
be anything, maybe a fresher
Right.
for IT, fresher for HR, fresher for finance, whatever.
Right. Right.
And if they can write 2 to 3 lines summary in the mail body, I think it will definitely help a recruiter to understand what kind of profile he or she has received, and
Right.
it will definitely help the recruiter to sort out the profile. If the
Right.
recruiter is looking for a fresher in the finance, then if you have written a summary that I am a postgraduate in finance management, and
Right.
this is what I have done, these are the projects I have done, maybe
Right.
2 3 lines, not expecting any
Okay. Yeah.
essay to be written in the mail body. But if you write only a summary of it, then it will definitely help a recruiter to understand and sort the CV. But in as I said, in multiple occasions, people don't do that,
Right.
and not even subject line, they don't write anything. So it becomes very difficult for a recruiter to every time open the CV, or in
Right.
many occasions people don't even look at that mail. They just
Right.
delete it as a junk. Okay, so I think it will be an important message for freshers that they follow these instructions. And even for
Right.
laterals also, in fact it is more important for laterals to write
Right.
the subject line, because from laterals it is expected that they understand this particular process
Right.
to a large extent.
Right.
They have a good summary to be written. Let's take an example of a .NET resource.
Right.
If he has worked in .NET and core .NET MVC kind of technologies, then he can specifically write skill sets in 1 or 2 lines. If possible, he can write something about the domain also, what kind of
Right.
domain he has been working in last
Right.
from 2 or 3 whatever years, number of years he has worked in the industry. And it will be definitely be helpful for a recruiter to sort out those profiles. In many occasions, what we have seen that recruiters they ask for specific subject line to be written
Right.
while
Yeah.
sending an email,
Right.
right?
We have
So
seen that. Yeah.
many times people do forget to write the subject line also.
Right.
So for laterals, it is more important to follow those instructions. So
Right.
definitely it will improve their chances to shortlist the profile to next level, and they can easily get or rather their chances to get a job will increase for sure.
Wow. Thanks. So yeah, I think so. This will be a really good thing to know for the freshers and laterals too. So
Right.
we know that now top of the company, top companies, whether they might be MNCs or the private companies, they are using
Hmm.
some software in the background or the application in the
Right.
background wherein the
Hmm.
resume gets traced by these skill words. So if you could just throw light on that, how it goes through the process and what should be the specific components in the resume to be mentioned for the freshers as well as for the experienced professionals.
Yeah. So see, many companies nowadays they are using ATS kind of system, which is automatic tracking system for the. The system is basically used for recruitment process, which eases the job of the recruiters, because they get thousands of profiles every day, and it will. I'm talking about big companies. Even for mid-scale companies, small-scale companies, they get 100 CVs every day, and it is extremely difficult task for a recruiter to sort out each and every profile. Open the profile, read the profile, and understand whether it is matching with the skill sets mentioned by the delivery team. So this particular system, what it does is it catches the keywords from your profile. So let's say somebody is looking for a Java J2ME kind of skill set. So it will, the system will, search the keywords, and it will show the result to a recruiter saying that it is matching with 70 or 80% of your requirements. So it eases the job of a recruiter that yes, this profile I should open it first, and then I should look at some other profiles. So if you are looking for a specific skill set, then it is your job to prepare a profile like that. Like if you have worked on certain technologies and if you are applying for the same kind of technologies, then you should mention those specific technologies, specific domain knowledge in the resume. So it will be easier for a recruiter for finding a right candidate for the organization. Even if companies are not using this automatic tracking system, even if they are doing it manually, opening each and every profile, then also it will be easier for a recruiter to understand whether person is suitable or not. Maybe in the summary of your profile at the beginning of the maybe after writing your name, email address, contact number details and all, if you can write a small summary about the skill sets, about domain knowledge, it will be easier for a recruiter to take a decision quickly.
It's a very good thing that we are knowing this, what happens in back end. So same question related to this is that we know that we work on some of the processes, or there is a specific experience, but there are some of the misconceptions that what should be mentioned in resume and what should not. Some people put on their photos as well, or there might be some of the skill sets apart from the process they put on. So what actual specific things should be mentioned in the resume apart from the work experience the person is holding and the process work he does?
Okay, so I don't think putting your photo is mandatory. Nobody is expecting to have a photograph in the profile for sure. It helps, but it is not a mandatory thing. Mandatory thing is like writing your name, complete address, or at least a location where you are being working right now. Your date of birth, your email address, your mobile number, or in some cases, what I have seen is people don't even write their email and mobile numbers in the profile. They put it on their job portals, but they don't put it in a profile which they are sharing, which is not a good thing, definitely. In some cases, I have seen that people write their PAN number as well, passport number as well. In my personal opinion, PAN and passport numbers are definitely not required for a recruiter. If on need basis, yes, definitely it can be shared with a recruiter once you are joining the organization. But before joining the organization, before even the process has started, I really don't think that your PAN and your passport numbers are required in a profile. You can write that you have a passport and it is valid till so and so date, whatever information that you have to give. But it is definitely not required to give a passport number and PAN number in a profile. So these are some important tips for
So also, so we have seen people. You can go on. Yep.
Yeah, sorry. So even in laterals, I don't think it is mandatory to write your interests and your hobbies kind of things for people with 4 to 5 years of experience. In some cases, yes, I have seen that is also mentioned in the profile. For freshers, yes, definitely they can write such things, but for laterals, it is not mandatory.
Right. So,
Yeah,
so
sorry, you
we
were
have
saying
also,
something.
so we have also seen people write strengths and all things. So strengths, is it feasible to judge the things while interview goes on? Means whatever you have mentioned in the resume. Apart from that, also recruiter may ask something, or the senior managers or whoever is taking the interview may ask anything. So whatever the some of the we see that the CVs get mentioned with the strengths of the own self personalities. So is it fine to mention the strengths and everything on the resume?
It's not again mandatory. I honestly, I
Right,
never wrote my
right,
strengths, weaknesses
right,
in a profile. Okay,
right,
so interviewer definitely he's good enough to understand or
right,
guess or judge your own responsibilities, your weaknesses. I'm sorry, your strengths, your weaknesses,
right,
opportunities, whatever this SWOT analysis people write. So I don't think it is required to be mentioned in the profile. The recruit interviewer will definitely
right,
take care of that. See, recruiters, I don't think they will be looking at your strengths and doing the shortlisting based on what you have
right,
written as a strength. Okay,
right,
they will look at your skill set because that is
right.
more important for them.
Yeah, yeah,
And strength is something the interviewer will ask some questions to understand, to guess, do his guesswork, what kind of strengths that you have. As far as you as a professional is concerned. So
right.
I don't think it is required to write
Okay.
strengths
Yeah.
and weaknesses.
Thanks, sir, for giving a clarity on it. Next one to you, sir. We see that we apply for the position, we get a auto-triggered mail in seconds. Uh, in
Hmm.
less than seconds, we get the auto-triggered mail from the company stating
Correct.
that thanks for applying for the position you have been. But the same does not go when we give an interview and there is a time that recruiters should give a feedback to us. Why is
Hmm.
it, sir? I want to ask you that why HR miss on giving genuine feedbacks to employees when they are unable to crack on some point or other. So is there anything that it should not uh, give a negative impact on that person, or what is considered at that time?
Okay, so it is extremely important to give the feedback, be it a positive
Right,
feedback or negative feedback.
right,
So I think it will be a good practice if HRs follow this particular thing, that
right,
whatever may be the result, they should go back to the candidate and inform about the feedback. Okay,
right,
whether he has been selected, not
right,
selected, whether the candidate is going to be on hold for some time,
right.
because in some cases it might happen that yes, I think I'm okay with this particular candidate, but I don't think I will not get a better candidate than this. This
Right,
kind of feeling will come from an interviewer, and he will pass on the feedback to the recruiter, that just put this guy on hold, just wait for some time, get me some more profiles, and if you
right,
don't get any good candidate, then we'll go back to him. So in
right,
such cases, the candidate should be definitely informed that we are still undergoing the process of
right,
recruitment, and we will come back to you as early as possible. But see, in many cases I have seen that recruiters have started doing that,
right. Yeah,
that yes, they have been passing on the right feedback to the candidates. But if it is not happening, I think it is their duty to, or their responsibility to close that loop, close that communication.
right,
Otherwise, it will, people will not understand what exactly has gone wrong. So
right.
it's a good practice to
Yeah,
close that communication part.
yeah. I
Yeah.
hope so. This session might get till them and they start doing it. Those who are not doing it.
Right.
Uh, so
Yes.
coming to the next one, we see that the career portals nowadays are coming, career job sites, whether they may be LinkedIn, Naukri.com, any other things. They are being started with a premium thing and all those for surety of the job they are trying to give. But is it okay to go with those sites, or is it the best to apply on the company's career portals? or we should opt for the Naukri.com or LinkedIn, or go through those ways, or directly should we go to the company's career portal, see whatever is means applicable for us as per our resume or the work we do, and we should apply there directly. What's your take on it, sir?
Yeah, so I think the best way is to try all options. I would not say that this particular option is the best and you will get a job only through this particular medium of
Right,
finding a job.
right,
So I think you should keep trying all the options. You should have your updated profile. If you're actively searching, then definitely you should have your profile updated on the job portals. I
right,
will not name any specific job portals,
right,
but any job portal that you trust, you feel that this can help me to find a job, then definitely you should keep your profile updated on that specific job portal. You should always keep your I mean,
right,
LinkedIn is the source which is being used by most of the
right,
candidates and recruiters both
right,
nowadays. So it
right,
will be best thing to keep your LinkedIn profile also updated.
right,
I don't know whether the premium definitely helps or not for both the job portals as well as LinkedIn. So let's not get into that. But
right,
at least you should keep your profiles updated on that, and simultaneously you should also look at the
right,
advertisements which are coming to apply directly on the company's web portal as well.
right,
In fact, in many cases, what I have seen is bigger companies, they trust more on employee sourcing, okay, rather than
right,
the advertisements and other sources. I will not name any specific company, but
right,
in some of the companies, top 5 companies, they have the major source of recruiting is the employee referrals.
right,
Approximately 40 to 50%
right,
recruitment gets done by sources sourcing from employees. Okay,
right,
and that's the best thing to do because you have been referred by somebody else, and you will definitely feel that pressure that he has
right,
referred me, so
right.
I should definitely join
Do
this
it. Yeah.
particular company.
Right.
So keep all options open, have your good network, keep talking to your friends, keep talking to your network, and updating profiles, and sending the right profile to right person. So your
Yeah.
chances to get a job will improve.
Right. Thanks. Thanks for all the positive things regarding this. I hope this will be really helpful for all those people watching
Yeah.
here. So coming to the next one, I think so. Most of them rely on this question regarding the salary thing. So we know when we
Yeah.
negotiate with the HRs, always it has been told that as per the market standards, and 40 to 50%, 30%. But what is the, and also we know that HRs are having specific budgets for the particular positions and all. But I want to know, sir, what is the view from HR's end while salary negotiation and related policies are discussed? Means what is, we know are that we are told that as per the market standard, this is this and this is this. But as we all know, there are no same companies working. All profits, revenues, everything differ from companies to companies, right? So from what is the view from HR's point of view, I want to ask. We know from our end
Okay.
that when we reach out to particular negotiation, there are possibilities of market standard and 40 to 50%. But what is the HR's point of view in that?
Right. So basically, in most of the companies, they follow either job levels or the banding kind of structure
Right,
based on the experience and skill sets
right,
of each and every employee,
right,
and their salaries are fixed for a specific band. This will be a bracket. Okay, let's say for a software engineer with 2 years of experience, I will
right.
pay between 3.6 to 5 lakhs. Okay, so
Okay,
that's a range which has been fixed by the company,
okay,
and irrespective of your experience or irrespective of the company that you have been working with, if you get selected for that particular company with 2 years of experience, you're going to get that kind of salary.
right, right,
And if you are not fitting the budget, then definitely you will be told accordingly. So what HRs typically look at is the number of years of experience, the skill sets, the demand in the market, and basically the demand raised by a customer. That customer, if he has demanded so many people are required in this particular project, and if I'm going to lose the billing, then definitely I might do some kind of twist for that specific profile. Otherwise, I will the HR, as a HR, I will definitely ensure that people are joining within the same budget only. So in most of the cases, HRs have been told by the corporate or by the processes that this is the budget limit that you can extend. Maybe it could be 5% or 10% of the budget. Beyond that, you're not supposed to do it. For 2 years, 3 years, yes, definitely the variation will not be so high. But if I'm recruiting a person with 15 years experience, pure techie or technical architect or solution architect kind of profile, then definitely my budget might increase. My my budget for that specific person will vary. It could be 10%, 15% also. Irrespective of whether my company is giving that much salary to other individuals or not. But from HR point of view, what they have to look at is basically the salary being given to existing employees, because they don't want to disturb that particular model, right? Because if I am working as a solution architect and if I am getting let's say 25 lakhs for whatever work I am doing, and if company gets the same person with same skill set, same experience at 32 lakhs, then definitely I will start thinking, I am also doing the same thing. I have been working with this company from, let's say, 5 years, and why am I being paid less, right? So I will start thinking that I should think about something else. So that's what HR have to do. And accordingly, they try to do the negotiation.
So related to this, are the clients involved in this? Means whatever the budget stake is there for the particular position, is it only limited to the HR and company's policies, or the higher management decides, or also the clients are involved while taking these decisions? For particular position, what should be the budget and all?
Right. So I don't think client gets involved in terms of budget part and all, because client obviously wants the work to be done, right? So I don't think they would be interested in terms of paying more for that particular skill set. They are more interested in getting the work done. However, in certain cases, what I've seen is for a mid-level person or senior level person, there is a practice in some companies that client also conduct interviews. Once your 2 or 3 interviews are done with the company, even you will be interviewed by a client.
Onshore,
and if
offshore
client says okay, yes, correct. If the client says okay, then only you will get an offer letter. So I don't think client will have very much say in terms of increasing the budget.
Thanks for all the insightful things related to this topic. So coming up with next, what advice you are working from since 2 decades now in a corporate industry? It's the ocean, we know that, full of opportunities. What advice would you give to upcoming fresher just entering into the corporates? What a piece of advice or suggestion you will be giving at the initial level for an employee coming in?
The best thing is don't lose the hope. We all were freshers at one point of time. Any person who has spent 5, 10, 15, 20 years of experience in any industry, irrespective of the segment, he or she was a fresher at one point of time. And yes, we all got jobs. You will also get a good opportunity. Only thing is that just keep your basics clean. Ensure that whatever interviews you are attending, whatever process that you are attending for getting a job, you perform well. You will definitely get a good opportunity which you deserve. and definitely you will be able to succeed one day. So I don't think it's a big task even for freshers to, as I said in the beginning of the discussion, the opportunities that I see today for freshers are humongous. The kind of opportunities what we used to see when we started our career, it was not like this. Definitely. 20 years back.
So also there is a discussion on the portals that we see that people are absconding nowadays. So is it okay? So a fresher coming into the company and absconding within 6 months because the other company is giving a better pay. Is it really helpful? Also, we know that the employees are now registered on NSR portals and all the BGV, everything will be done by each companies, all the top companies almost. So is it really helpful seeing the future of that employee that he's absconding within 6 months or a year within he has not been for that position, I meant to say. Is it really going to help him in the future going forward?
I think it's a great question. Definitely, this particular behavior of employees has definitely increased from last 3 to 5 years. I would not say freshers, but I have seen this particular thing in laterals also. If they are not getting a proper exit from a company, if they have been asked to complete the notice period as per the process, it could be 1 month, 45 days, 60 days, 90 days, it could be anything. But if they are not being released before or rather on the date that they are expecting, then definitely there is a trend that they get absconding, they stop coming to office, stop responding to calls. But definitely you need to think that yes, today you are getting exit from this particular company, but tomorrow you might end up working with the same manager, let's say 5 years, 10 years down the line. You never know. It's a small world. In any industry, you might come across the same person, and if you go for an interview and if the same person is sitting as an interviewer, he'll be the first person to reject you, without even talking to you, because it's a behavioral issue. And definitely what managers look at is the attitude and behavioral problems as a bigger problem than skill set problem, because skill sets can be improved. You can undergo trainings, you can learn new things and develop yourself, improve yourself. But attitude and behavior is something there is nothing to be done by the managers, right? It is your own responsibility. Whether BG check is being done, whether NSR is registered, I don't know whether it is definitely helpful or not. But if your new company goes to the previous company, and if your clearance is not shown properly, then definitely you are going to lose your name. So it is definitely a bad practice to do something like that. Talk to your manager, try to convince that yes, I will complete this particular activity in, let's say, 30-45 days time, and I will ensure that new person gets trained properly, and then only give me an exit. And if you are telling this to new employer, and if the new employer is not trying to understand this, then definitely it's a wrong company to get into. Because if the company is not understanding this particular thing, that he has to complete the notice period, he has to give the proper KT to previous company, then that's definitely a wrong company you are getting into.
Thanks, sir, for it, because this has been in my mind since long now. So the right person I thought was you to ask the question. So it has been a good session so far, sir. So lastly, seeing your 2 decades experience and everything, what field you see going forward in a booming state? I mean, we know the industry. You have been working since past 20 years or more, and will be working 20 years later from this as well. So what field do you see a booming state to begin with for a candidate who is looking at the corporate industry side on the initial phase of his life eventually?
Okay, so I think it is very difficult to say that this particular industry will only have the growth if let's say take an example of IT industry. If IT is growing, then only HR and finance
Right.
and other enablers, business enablers
Will grow. Yeah.
will grow. Only HR industry growing and other industries not growing is not
That
going
is
to
also
happen, because
right.
end of the day we all like finance, business, are finance, HR are business enabler functions. We are not
Right.
the persons who are going to generate revenue on our own,
Right.
like the IT is earning. So definitely you need to understand that way. Only thing is that you should look at what interests you more, what you think that you will be able to do, or you would love to do for from 15-20 years down the line,
Right.
and then only get into that specific market.
Right.
So
Right.
I would not call any specific area, any specific field as a
Okay.
good or the best or the bad kind of
Right.
classification. It
Right.
is very difficult to do that kind of classification. You should look at your seniors, what they have been doing, what kind of
Right.
opportunities
Right.
available offshore, on-site, both, and
Right.
accordingly you should get into that particular field.
Right. Right. Thanks, sir. Thanks for answering
Yeah.
all our few of the tough and few of the easy questions. So here we are doing an end to this session. So hopefully we will get back again and share some more insightful stories and thoughts to our audience. Hope
Right.
you liked this session. Some last thoughts from your end, sir.
As I said, while sending the profiles, I think it's most painful area for recruiters.
Right.
Don't forget to write subject line summary
Right.
in the mail. Don't send CV. You are a qualified engineer. You're a qualified graduate or postgraduate. Don't send your profile as if you are a 10th or 12th pass. Okay,
Right. Right.
don't send
Right.
profiles like that. You know English, write, rather write good English, at least good English, not the
Right.
best English, but
Right.
at least write good English, and then send your profiles without. I mean, sending profiles without subject line, without summary is a crime. I would
Right.
say,
Yeah. It will go in
and
spam.
that yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks.
And
Thanks.
definitely, I would like to thank your team once again, and
Uh,
you, Kaustav, for giving me this opportunity to share my views. It was a great opportunity, great thing to share my views.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much, sir. It was great having you.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we will get back soon on this.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Thanks. Thanks, sir. Have a
Okay.
great day
Thank
ahead. Thank
you.
you so much.
Same to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you, sir. Bye.